Hey, I'm making a video on a Friday to upload on a Friday. Imagine that. I a couple shorts of that earlier. I wanted to save it, but it was a little too rotten, and the Marine Board never got back to me on paperwork and whatever, so I don't have title for it. But it unfortunately had a couple collisions with the forks on my tractor and then a sawzall, and it's gonna get in a collision with the sawzall again because it's all going in the garbage can so it can go away. Hopefully I can get it all cut up and in the garbage before I move to the new property, because I really don't want to take this with me. So I just never finished cutting it up. But we're going to, let's see, we need to talk about something here because I don't have any video of me working on anything. So let's go back here. I'm going to talk about, I think, a trail duster. Well, one of the trail dusters. This is the one I've had for a long time. It is a 75 Trail Duster Sport. Was out in the desert part of the state for a long time, so it's pretty solid. Unfortunately, the city lot the city of Albany owns right here, they had poisoned a couple of their trees. I would like to think unintentionally, but anyways, they sprayed a bunch of briar bushes that were under the trees here, and there was like 2 cedar trees in there, and they died. And unfortunately, the wind, I think it was it was springtime, it knocked one down, came down, and it went across the hood of my dump truck, and the last like 2 feet of the tree hit my trail duster. And this thing had been in the front yard for many years, and I was nervous about somebody coming off the road and hitting it, and so I moved it out here, and then a tree hits it. So we'll just start off with that. You can see the roofs, you know, it's in pretty good shape. Yeah, my fender got taken out, destroyed my door where the mirror mounts, put a pretty good dent in it here, and of course it blew the window out of it. So that's frustrating. But as you can see, the top it's a little worse for wear. Get the door open. But it did actually, let's see if we can see it in here. I don't know if you can see, there's a buckle. It actually dented the inner structure pretty good. Let me see if we can get this in here the right way. So yeah, unfortunately this top is probably not worth fixing now. Not that it was in great shape to begin with, but it's pretty crusty around the windows. So that tree blow is kind of the final straw for that. It had like a custom dash in it, and of course that was all gone when I got it. Here's what's left of my mirror. I think I can salvage the frame anyways, but yeah, pretty frustrating to come home and find that. But anyways, it's a 1975 Trail Duster Sport, like I said, to begin with. It is, I believe it has been in a front end collision, because this is like an old aftermarket fender. The body line's kind of weird on it. It's got this weird style hole for the antenna. So I was gonna leave this fender on here. The only paint problem it had was the hood. I was gonna matte black the hood and then kind of just clean it up, and that way I could just drive it and enjoy it, because most of it is decent still. I mean, it's got the typical Ram Charger Trail Duster rust there, and then of course we've got the blistering and the wheel arch, but it was so solid. Like, the floors are really solid. I know I didn't really show that, but and of course there's glass everywhere, but it has the floorboards in it still. So it's an automatic small block truck. It is missing the cylinder heads. Let's see if I can get the hood open here over these spider webs. Yeah. Hinges need oiled. So yeah, small block truck. Yeah, there's some things missing there. It does have a radiator in it. That's pretty cool. I don't know if it's any good. It did have working brakes, believe it or not, the couple times I've moved it. But we'll go ahead and close this and forget that half the engine's gone. It's got the little turn signals on top of the fender. It's pretty cool. I actually have the bucket seats for it in my shop, and then I don't know if we can see very good. There's the back seat. It was in there when I got it, and I don't really have a good place to store it, so it's been sitting in there. But the seats I have match. I have the trailduster badges. It's got uses the big blocky ones. There's a sport. It was missing the big Plymouth letters that go across the grill, but I actually got another trailduster for parts a couple years ago, and it's come and gone already, and it had the badges on it still, so I got those. Here, let's walk around to the other side. We'll go this way. But yeah, I was gonna just get it going. I was gonna put another engine in it. I actually have an engine out of a 1990 or an 89 half ton. It's a roller cam motor with the small, like the heart head, cylinder heads on it, or whatever. I don't know. I'm not good at remembering all those little details that everybody gets all excited about. But the grill is pretty decent. I mean, it's got a couple good dings in it. I can bang those out. It had a really nice front bumper, and then I dented it one day on accident, pushing this with the tractor. Trailduster badge is missing over here. But 74, 75 trucks. Seems like there's a lot of them with that windshield trim that's impossible to find the windshield gasket for, so you have to like reuse the old one. I do have the upholstered kick panels that go down here. They're actually, I'm thinking about it, they might be I want to say I put them somewhere to keep them safe and not getting moisture, but you know, of course there's a bunch of extra parts in here. I got it, the back window is blown out, but it came with another hatch with the back glass in it, so I changed that. But yeah, you can see really solid floors. It's got all the trim on all the pedals and everything. It had dealer added air conditioning with this rectangular vents, which is kind of weird. And I did actually find the knobs on eBay, and then I put them somewhere to, you know, keep them safe, and I don't know where they're at right now. So and the steering wheel got robbed for another truck, so yeah, this screw's been missing the whole time, probably because it's reamed out. So I'll probably keep that style mirror on it, maybe. I don't know. Unfortunately, all this stuff is getting worse sitting around, but that's kind of my issue with stuff, is I let it sit because I don't have a place to park it when it's done, and I don't want to go through and repair all the rust and paint it and put new decal on the tailgate for the wood grain, and you know, do all this work to get it all cleaned up nice and then have it sit outside and just start getting rust blisters in it again, and the decals fade and all that stuff, which I know it's still silly, because it's like, we'll just, you know, get it on the road and make it nice and enjoy it, and while it stays nice, and then redo it again later. And but that's kind of what I was gonna like I was saying, I got a roller cam heart head motor. I don't know if it's, you'd call it a smog motor or not, but anyways, I have a set of those heads on another 318 with a little bit of a cam, and it's pretty peppy. So I think it's probably a decent engine. At least it was a good low mileage engine. I got it really cheap from the junkyard. I was just gonna throw some new gaskets in it and stuff, because I pulled the heads in the junkyard to make sure there's no cracks between the valves, because they're really common for cracking. Mopar guys that know what I'm talking about with these heart head cylinder heads, that there's hardly any metal between the valve seats, and they tend to crack if they're not if they're abused. We'll say that. This is the badge that's supposed to be on the fenders, so that one's still on there pretty good. But so anyways, yeah, it's the 1975 Trailduster Sport. I had plans on having it on the road so I could drive it around and enjoy it. Within a couple years of when I bought this, I have now had it for, I don't know, probably almost 10 years. I don't think it's been 10 years. Let's see, when did I buy that? It was before I bought this property, and I bought this property like almost 8 years ago. So yeah, unfortunately, I think I've had this for almost 10 years and it's been sitting. So we'll just forget about that detail. It's here. It's here. It's been saved. It's going to go on the road. Not as soon as I want it to, but yeah, it's a nice, clean, fairly clean, straight truck. Minimal rust. A lot better than a lot of the Ram Chargers. It's not been beat to death. So unfortunately, my top got ruined by that tree. But I think I'm gonna get the soft top for it, or like I said, I'd like to fix this up when I have a place to put it inside. So ideally, I'm just gonna pull the top off of it and leave the top off and drive it around when it's nice out. So yeah, 75 Trailduster Sport. I will get that thing on the road someday. So when I do that, there'll be some video of that. Like I said, I already got an engine just slapping it, so shouldn't be well, assuming the transmission's good. I have no idea about the transmission, but we'll just assume that it's going to work until we know otherwise, and then we'll just take it out and fix it like you do with anything. So yeah, another short video. Just been busy with work, and then trying to get stuff done in between work like this. And you see all that wood in the D600. I just got done loading that all up today. Something happened with my chainsaw, so you can see some of those are still logs instead of cut up into firewood length. And I don't have time to deal with the chainsaw right now, so just got all the wood loaded. So once we get the green light to go to the new property, hopefully in the next few weeks, which we'll have an update about that when that happens, I can just run out there and dump all that, and then I can bring the truck back and start loading, stacks of pallets on it. I've got engines and different things sitting around here on pallets, and that will be super handy to put stuff on and strap it down. So well, yeah, we'll talk about another truck some other time, probably, before I get to making video of me doing something. I'm gonna try to do some video putting the wheel dollies back together, maybe, or a little bit of video of that, and a little bit of video of working on finishing up a couple things on the tow truck. I'm gonna try to get that this weekend so we can get that together for next week. And because I got new wheels and tires and new bearings and seals and everything for the dolly hubs, so hopefully they will work and not fall apart when I use them. So it's a good thing I took them apart, because they were pretty bad. So they were not seized, but the bearings were really, really rusty, so they would not have lasted. I don't know if they would have worked for one trip, which I was told when I bought the truck they were for decoration at this point anyways. So not surprised that they were that bad. I believe they're from the 50s. So but yeah, so Trailduster Sport, it's hiding behind that second gen. Hopefully have that on the road someday. I'll get a video of putting the engine in it and stuff when that day comes, but it might be a while, and you'll see why once I get to the point of telling you guys about the new property. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.